Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to episode 29 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Preston Pugh, and I'm joined by my two best friends, Garrett Drake and Jacob Alka. How are we doing tonight?
You first, Jacob.
No, he's looking at you. He didn't even acknowledge me over here.
I introduced you. Jacob Alka's here.
Staring straight
like
into Garrett's
always.
eyes.
I
want you to look at me when you address me.
How... Can you please forgive me from staring at this guy? Like... Sorry. It's kind of hard.
What are you going to do, Jacob?
What are you thinking?
Yeah. I think you're just jealous.
This is a crucial...
little
This
bit
could be a
jealous.
butterfly effect, depending on how you react to this.
Why don't you just suck it up, be a man, and introduce yourself?
After you say that, I don't want to suck it up.
You don't?
No.
All right. Well, we don't like any pansies on this podcast, so you're going to have to kind of think about that.
Well, if I did suck it up, then I would be a pansy, because I would be...
No, you suck it. You get over it. You accept that, like, even though I'm all big and tough, I can roll with the punches and stuff.
You gotta roll with the punches and get to what's real.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Is that a real song?
Van Halen.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. I'm doing excellent. I'm really tired. It feels good in here, though.
I'm tired, too.
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, it does feel good in here. The window's open.
Yeah.
It's a nice, crisp fall evening in Georgia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to be back on the It's Obvious podcast, as always.
Absolutely. This week flew by for me. Because I knew this was our last week before getting back to work for a very long time.
Yes.
And it just went by really fast, I think, because I was not looking forward to the next week. So, of course, it goes by fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's how it always goes, unfortunately.
But I got no sleep this week. I've been really not myself.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't fall asleep. I stayed up for like over 48 hours straight from Wednesday to like Friday.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep at all?
No. It's not that I was tired or anything. I would just lay in bed and just like stare at the ceiling. Then I'd get on my phone. I'd go play PlayStation. I'd get on my computer and do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it's
Before
7
I know
in the morning.
the sun's outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, might as well go get some breakfast.
Yep.
Drive out, eat, come back, fall asleep for like an hour, get up, watch some TV, do absolutely nothing, talk to nobody. Like when I saw you guys, I was like, wow, there's other people on this planet. Because I've like literally seen nobody this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been really good and really depressing at the same time. But
it's good to have some time to yourself.
It is, but a full month. I'm like on the verge of insanity.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty insane, because I see either Casey or Zach or Jacob or someone literally every single day. So even if it's only for a little bit.
Yeah. I'll just like wake up and just walk around my house, go do some errands, and then come back and just I think there were a few days where I didn't even say a word to anybody or myself. My mouth didn't open.
Wow.
Besides, inserting food for like a whole week.
I kind of felt that on a smaller level Saturday, because I woke up. I went downstairs to get breakfast, but besides that, I didn't leave my room until like 8 p.m. I was typing a paper, and
man, that's
once
intense.
I got done with that, I finally left my room and went outside.
Wow.
What'd you
to
do
get
outside?
outside.
Just went outside
just to breathe some fresh air.
Yeah.
And then I went on a run, actually, just
Nice.
to get out of the
Sounds
house.
nice. I was supposed to do some yard work, but every day that I was supposed to do it, it just rained.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm really sick of this rain. I hope it stops.
Was it raining all weekend?
It was, it
rained like
did.
one day.
It did, and of course the days that it wasn't raining, I was actually doing something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like raining for some of the time. It's just really nasty weather. I
think it like rained all Friday night, and then a little bit Saturday.
It rained a little bit Saturday in Florida too.
Nice.
Not long though.
Oh, you were in Florida, Garrett.
Oh,
what were you doing there?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What were you there for?
I was back at Disney World with my lady.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It was a great time. It was a very great time.
Did you see Mickey?
We didn't actually.
Did you see?
We saw Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, and it was cute because we had gone to the bathroom. We came out of the bathroom, and right when we were coming out of the bathroom,
they were waiting for you.
Tigger and Pooh Bear had just come out of this back entrance, where like all the characters come out to go wherever they're going. Yeah. And Tigger, waltzes out because Tigger's all confident. He's like walking out, and then there's like a lady who's to escort them to where they're going, and she's slightly ahead of Pooh, and Pooh like just reaches his hand out for her, and she takes his hand, and they walk together hand in hand to where they're going. It was the cutest thing. Even though it's a grown adult in this costume, it's still adorable to see that.
Which is kind of like scary.
Yeah.
See Big Pooh Bear with like probably a really hairy man in there.
There's no telling what kind of hairy, sweaty man's inside those costumes.
Yeah, you never know.
I bet it's rank once he takes his helmet off. There's like an explosion of gases comes out.
Probably. Who knows? Yeah. Or they could be like cyborg suits and they just look furry and fluff on the outside.
Yeah, he's like got a TV in there.
Yeah, it's almost like on the outside it looks like Pooh Bear, but on the inside it's like the Crisis suit.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
But
he can have like a Gatling gun fly out of his hand.
It was a very fun trip. We had a good time. Got to do everything we wanted to do. The only part that kind of sucked was obviously we went back in July for a full week, and it was just insanely hot, insanely crowded, as to be expected in the middle of the summer. Well, going in October, we're like, oh well, it should be slightly cooled off, and it shouldn't be nearly as crowded. Well, it was just as crowded, and it was just as hot. It was like still July there.
Right.
So, I mean, granted, everything was decorated for Halloween. Like, there was like Mickey pumpkins everywhere and like all kinds of jack-o'-lantern stuff, which is cool to see Disney like that. But, and it was a Saturday, and it's Columbus Day on Monday. I don't know if it's the same here. I know it's Columbus Day everywhere, but schools in Florida are out on Monday. I don't know if that's the same here or not. But, yeah, they're out, so it was like a huge weekend in Florida. So we went on probably one of the busiest weekends in the fall to go to Disney. Choice. Yeah, but it was fun.
Did you eat any good food?
I didn't eat a whole lot, but we had because I wasn't feeling well all Saturday. But we had I had some apple slices with caramel because I didn't want to eat because I just felt really I can't even explain how I was feeling. I just felt oddly ill. I just didn't want to eat anything. Every time I didn't want to eat because I felt like very full and sick, and every time I put food in my mouth, it made me want to throw up. But I had some apple slices. And then after that, I was like, I think I can eat a soft pretzel now. So then we had a soft pretzel while we waited in line for Buzz Lightyear. And then after that, I was like, I think I can eat some actual food now. So I got some grilled chicken and green beans. Casey got some rotisserie chicken, and we watched the fireworks. And the fireworks almost always bring me to tears every time because not only are they so beautiful and magical, but I think ultimately the reason why they make me want to cry is because it reminds me of or reminds me of the innocence of childhood, and when you're a child, like, you don't realize it, but you don't have to care about anything, and you're not fully aware of the darkness in the world. So when you're watching the fireworks, I'm like, I can't imagine what the little kids feel like right now watching this, and I'm like, just thinking back of everything I've experienced in my life all the way up until now. I'm just like,
in combination with like their music.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, this is it's pretty emotional right now. Yeah. So that's always a nice experience, but yeah, it was good. It was a fun weekend in Florida at Disney World. So, but it's good to be back. But I am not looking forward to working very much. I'm glad to be making money, but no one wants to work, so.
Nobody does. Everybody just wants to make money.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep, at least we'll be together.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yep, that's at least one plus.
Together forever.
So what's going on in the gaming world?
Nothing really this week. The thing to really set the internet and the gaming consoles and computers ablaze is probably the Battlefront Beta. We had a little hands-on time with it. Exclusive hands-on time because we were sent an exclusive code to play. Yeah, of course. Because we're top dogs in the gaming industry.
Right.
I played a couple hours. I'm assuming you played a couple hours.
I did.
You probably played more than a couple hours, right?
Probably. I probably played like maybe 4.
Oh, okay.
I probably played around that. I
played around that too. Okay, so we have equal experience in this.
I played a lot with the boys. Me, John, and Zach, like, did this. We were at John's house because Evan was out of town.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we kind of, like, just played on John's account and just kind of rotated the controller whenever we died.
Nice.
Pretty fun, actually.
Cool.
I played as Luke and Vader.
Really?
The same match.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Not the same match.
How did that happen?
2 different matches.
Right.
Okay.
But, yeah, they're really fun to use.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched, like, a montage of people playing as heroes. It looked pretty cool.
Did you see, like, videos of Luke getting stomped on?
No.
By the big camels.
That's pretty funny.
It's so funny. And Mark Hamill actually linked a video and was joking about it.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. So, I watched a few because I wanted to see what the actual gameplay looked like, and I found like 2 or 3 videos where the people didn't know you could deflect the bullets.
Right.
So they were just running around. Oh yeah, deflecting the lasers. My bad. Just running around, getting destroyed, and like ranting about it. They're like, it's so underpowered and stuff. Which they might be. I don't know. I didn't play as them, but all the comments were like, you can deflect all those lasers. And he was like, oh, sorry. Yeah. So, but yeah, I never got a chance to play as one. I never even saw the power up anywhere.
Yeah, they're hard to find, and they disappear really quickly too. Because I've like several times I've been running towards one, and it just goes whoop.
I think it's cool, though, how it's random instead of it being like, oh, the best player. I guess the best player could become a hero. I remember in Battlefront 2 when we were playing at Evans not too long ago, like when one of us was in first place, we'd become a hero literally probably every 2 minutes. And it just went on rampages every 5 seconds. So I think it's cool how anyone can be the hero if you find that little coin or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely excited to see what the hero game type's like.
Yeah.
I wonder what other heroes there's going to be, because we only know like of Boba Fett right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm assuming Han Solo.
And
that'd be awesome.
Maybe Leia. I don't know.
Maybe Leia. Maybe Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Chewbacca.
I'm sure Chewbacca.
Maybe.
I
don't know.
With his crossbow.
Plausible. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't think it's not going to be the prequels, right? I think it's just going to start out as the original 3.
That sucks.
But they are adding that DLC, the
Jakku DLC. I think it'd be so cool if you could play as like Kylo Ren in the DLC.
Dude, they got to add that in eventually.
Dude. They've got to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I assume they're going to be doing some like DLC by heroes, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe when the expansion packs coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
One thing I think I might have figured out watching a bunch of videos after we shot ours was, you know how I was like, oh, I think the rebels are a little overpowered in Walker Assault. I think I figured out what you're supposed to do.
Imperial, or not the Imperial,
no, the rebels are underpowered.
Yeah, the rebels are very underpowered.
Yeah, they always lose. I
was wondering. I was like, I think what what you're really supposed to do is, I don't know if you've heard them talking about in the middle of matches, like do this thing so we can call in our Y-wings. Well, whenever the walkers are vulnerable, I think the Y-wings are supposed to just drill the crap out of those things, and then all your other ships are just ignore everyone else, just gun down these things. And because it's usually just like 4 guys on the ground, like meow, 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 and that does nothing, obviously.
But when their shields are down, you can do a little damage.
Yeah, a little bit, but
maybe
I think
that's
the
ships
are
nobody just knows what's going on, so therefore they're like, why am I killing all these people and we keep losing every round? So that's probably the case. Because I mean, when we were playing together, I mean, I was definitely fixated on killing those things, but I was, if I got a smart rocket, I'd shoot it. I'd get on like one of those little blaster thingies that you hop in and shoot at it and stuff. Yeah. And granted, now that I think back at it, I don't remember a lot of people doing that with me, because we didn't even. I think we got one down. That was as far as we came, and the other one had like its full health. So I feel like just like every other first person shooter ever, people just don't care about the objective. Everybody's just killing each other. So maybe that's what people were thinking in that game type. They weren't really understanding what was going on. So I guess that's kind of really hard to understand now if the rebels are underpowered, because in that fight, I mean, they might have been underpowered because they're being assaulted by these things. You just kind of got to overcome that or something.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with those Y-wings, if I'm not mistaken, because they're always like, the Y-wings this, the Y-wings that. And like, I feel like you're probably just sort of shoot the crap out of the walkers.
I feel like there's not a lot of...
Can you shoot the cables out and go around?
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
That's it's kind of difficult to do. You have to fly really close to them, and then you have to do, circles around it, but it's kind of hard to do circles. Especially on one of them, since it's like really close to a mountain. Yeah, so
that's really cool though. I didn't see anybody do that.
How do you guys feel about I mean, I don't think we played the game enough to know if there's like a big difference in the way this works, but in the original Battlefronts and in Battlefield, for example, you can just, if there's a vehicle that spawns, you can hop in. It's like first come first serve. Technically it's like that with the coins, but I find it interesting how like those coins just appear and you just kind of have to grab it, and then like it like spawns you into a ship. Do you like that, or would you prefer to be able to like hop in a ship and take off?
I like that.
I kind of like that. It's just really fast paced. You don't have to worry about taking off and stuff. I don't know. It kind of fits Star Wars for some reason. Just like the pan away and stuff automatically.
I do like how all the transitions look like the movie, wipes and everything.
It just feels like Star Wars for some reason. I don't know. Everything feels like Star Wars as opposed to like just seeing everything lined up. Where that kind of, I don't know if it was in the game. I don't know. Just the coin system kind of just feels like it just matches for some reason. So.
I think the system works good, and like I said, I think the hero thing was a really good idea to just have it random. Like whoever grabs it, so it isn't like just focused on the best player in the game or something.
Yeah, I've never been like one to just want to do vehicles. So like whenever I get the coin, I'm like, excited because I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Just nice to mix up the gameplay sometimes, especially like right after you die, you see a coin spawn. Like, cool, now I can fly this thing instead of running out here again.
Yeah, right. And you don't have to worry about teammates or enemies destroying the vehicles as they're sitting there. Yeah, once you get a coin, you are in the air. Yeah, right? So that is pretty cool.
Plus, there's gonna be like modes where you can just do like air fights,
dog fights, and stuff. Yeah. That'll be cool for sure. Do you guys like the flying controls?
Yeah, they're a little stiff to me.
I got used to them.
Don't get me wrong.
I thought they were way more accessible than like Battlefield. Battlefield was very complicated if you don't know what you're doing. Like once you get accustomed, it's fine. But for the first time ever playing a Battlefield game, it took me quite a while to even take off because there wasn't even really a tutorial on how to do that in Battlefield 3. Yeah. But yeah, it's way easier to fly. It feels way more arcadey. So
I enjoyed it.
Like it. Granted, I've never killed anybody. I was in like 2 TIE fighters. That was it, and I got killed every time. But it was definitely easier to fly. So I'm pretty sure you can lock on to people and stuff. Which
I just hold L2, I believe. Lock onto someone.
That would make sense. I don't know. I got killed fairly fast the second I go up there. But
then you can press like up on the directional pad and like do evasive maneuvers.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely a better warrior down on the battlefield. That's for sure.
I love that rifle.
Which one?
The
rebel one.
The sniper?
The sniper.
It's not called the one that looks like it's from the 1800s.
Yeah,
that thing's great.
That thing's fun to use.
One headshot. One shot headshots.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I never unlocked that jetpack, but I saw, or I used it a little bit at a friend's house, and it was pretty fun. Just go.
Yeah. We used at the co-op mode.
Yeah,
which they were cool. They surprised me how fast you just rocket up, like you go flying. It's like holy crap.
It definitely gets you out of sticky situations for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely could become very handy in the actual multiplayer battles. But I was very scared of this game because primarily the people that I was hearing from didn't really have a lot of good things to say when they had time with it at events and stuff. And some of the people I follow on Twitter, they were like, oh, it's the same thing that I've played at the events and stuff. So therefore I thought like, oh well, what is wrong with this? And after playing it, I really, besides the possibility of you being underpowered on the rebels during that one multiplayer mode, I don't really have any complaints.
Me neither. I thought it was fun.
It was very smooth, like top notch, felt like, good old Battlefield gameplay, but it's definitely not a reskin.
Just looks really nice.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
It's great. And I thought the shooting felt fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought it felt awesome.
Yeah.
So
this is basically what I wanted. Like when I think we talked about it in our Let's Play, is like we've always kind of had, and I think everybody has kind of always had a fantasy of like, oh, what if DICE could do Battlefront, like have all these epic Battlefield moments in a battle in Star Wars. So and that's exactly what they did. I mean, they took the the smoothness of their shooting and stuff and basically only took that and built Star Wars on top of it. It's not a reskin like a lot of people were scared of. I mean, the unlocking system is different. The buying things, the card things is different. It seems like all the multiplayer modes, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are going to like take place in these epic Star Wars battles and have like 2 things going on, like protecting the walkers and then assaulting the walkers. Like hopefully those are there are more maps like that, because that'll definitely separate it from just the common first person shooter game where just like, hey, kill each other, take control of these things. Like it actually puts you in the movie.
So, I hate to point this out, but did you see the Battlefield thumb on your gun?
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't as bad as that Battlefield thumb.
No, Battlefields is god awful. This one, it kind of hit. I did look at it.
That's the first thing. There.
Yeah, that's the first thing I asked you before I was getting on. Is the thumb there?
Yeah. The first thing you think of when you play a shooter.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't bad enough for me to like think about it.
No.
So it was pretty fine.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think ultimately for me, the 2 things that stand out the most and the 2 things I appreciated the most about it were. The biggest one I'll say is, which is exciting to think about the rest of the maps, because just Hoth alone on Walker Assault, the second you spawn and the battle starts, it just feels like, it literally feels like a war is going on, because there's like, blaster beams like flying everywhere, and there's like explosions and walkers and ATSTs shooting at you, and like explosions going off, people sniping each other back and forth. It's just like, it looks like there's way more guys than just 20 on 20. It gives you that feeling, and it gives you the feeling. And then the music
kicks in.
Yeah, especially when the music kicks in, it literally feels like you're living that scene in the movie.
I don't know if I pronounced it right, the Wilhelm scream, like going off everywhere and stuff of people dying.
It's just super exciting. Awesome. So I can't wait to play on big maps like Tatooine and the Jakku DLC that's coming out, and Endor, which thank you to my friend Tucker, who I work with at Brownsbridge Church on Sundays. He was watching our Battlefront video released. The part where I was like, oh, it's the the planet where the Ewoks live. And I was like, for some reason I went brain dead on camera. I was like, why can't I think of that? And the second we stopped shooting, I remembered it was Endor. And then he texted me. He was like, it's Endor, like in the middle of him watching it. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm so stupid. I couldn't believe that. I forgot that. But we have that map to look forward to with the speeders and stuff. So
I was watching that video and thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's just whenever I'm playing a game and trying to speak, who knows what I'm even saying. Like, I don't even know what I said until I am editing the video, because I'm just like, my brain is trying to speak.
Yeah.
But, I think overall, I had a very fun experience with it, and I'm excited to play the rest of the maps.
I'm really bummed after seeing, because I went back in the co-op mode we played. We skipped the cutscene at the beginning, but I actually played it by myself and went and watched the cutscene. And dude, you know how awesome a single player campaign would have been in this,
especially with how fun the gameplay is so far.
Like they could have really, and I'm sure it's going to be a good game, but I really think they're shooting themselves in the foot for not having like a full-on Star Wars campaign, like hiring, because DICE, don't have the best track record with single player campaigns in terms of like story, but I'm hiring like somebody that's like specialized in writing Star Wars lore or something from Disney, or not from Disney, from old school, LucasArts, whoever the heck's doing it, and really get
Lucasfilm.
And really get a cool story down that either follows the main movies and stuff and follows a group of rebel soldiers, then you go play for the stormtroopers.
I was gonna say I kind of thought of like something I think would be cool for a campaign. I mean, we don't have to go too deep into this because like almost like an entirely different topic, but I think it'd be cool if they could almost borrow from Finn's story from The Force Awakens, how we don't know his full story. I don't want to know it till we see the movie, but
Finn is the main dude, right?
Yeah, the black guy.
Okay.
It's Finn, isn't it?
I have no
Or did
idea.
I just call him the wrong name? There's Poe Dameron. He's the X-wing pilot.
You got a phone right in front
There's
of you.
Rey. She's the girl. We don't know her backstory. And Finn. Yeah, it is Finn.
It's Finn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, black guy. John Boyega, good actor. If you've seen Attack the Block, it's a good movie that he's in. It's the only movie I've seen him in.
Titan.
No, but anyway, I think it'd be cool if they could sort of borrowed from that, but obviously make it its own separate story. But I think it'd be cool if you started out on like an elite force of stormtroopers, like the best of the best stormtroopers. I know there's a name for those guys. I just can't remember the name of that squadron or whatever, but it'd be cool if you started out on stormtroopers and you like something happens and you play a lot of missions, like at least 3 or 4 stormtroopers, and something kind of makes the story turn and you realize like, man, maybe I'm on the wrong side. Maybe you see Darth Vader or someone do something that you really don't agree with, and you really feel like you've started out on the wrong side. And it's cool if you somehow, some way, like got captured or interrogated by the rebels and you ended up joining them and joined like the rebels elite force, and you like cool.
I'm gonna ask a really stupid question.
Okay.
And like I've never seen the original series. I don't know. Literally,
What?
I know I've never seen it.
What?
I like Star Wars, but like I don't know. I just haven't seen it.
Have
You're
you
not
seen
the
the
only one.
prequels,
Yeah.
but not the old ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Go
know.
on.
Are they not clones?
Not all of them.
No.
Okay. Are there?
They were at
a
first.
lot of them are.
In the newer, they've.
A lot of people started just
start
joining the
volunteering.
Empire and joining.
You want to join the winning side, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not all clones, no.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
There are some still though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that idea. I really feel like they're shooting themselves on the foot here, because they could be known as like, if this is like an incredible story and a really incredible campaign, they could really not only have like a really robust multiplayer, but just like know that the next Battlefront you could look forward to like a really amazing Star Wars story and stuff.
Yeah,
I think
imagine
they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine this one, at the very least, hopefully it'll be more successful than this, but it'll at least be relatively successful, just mainly because it's Star Wars, and we've played it, and it's so far great gameplay, and it's fun. Like we said, we haven't played all the modes in the game, but who knows how long the game will be around. Just like, look at Titanfall. It was lacking a campaign, and it had
this will
several...
last longer than Titanfall.
Yeah, it'll definitely last longer, but I think, like, people have said, like, what if it dies out because it doesn't have a campaign? I can see how that could happen. Hopefully it won't for their sake, but hopefully this will be successful enough to where they'll make another Battlefront and heavily consider...
Well, I feel like
in my opinion,
Titanfall's
games
problem-
don't die out because they don't have a campaign. I feel like they die out because they just don't have enough to play or have as much
I feel
content.
like that was, not only did Titanfall not have a campaign, which I do feel like even
it adds a little bit of longevity, but I mean,
yeah, I've seen a lot of
know?
things saying that like a ton of people don't even touch the campaign.
Yeah.
But in my
Right.
opinion, it's like if I'm spending $60 for a game that's missing a campaign, whereas it already should have a campaign, I don't feel like I'm being ripped off if I feel like the multiplayer is replacing the campaign. But in terms of Titanfall, I did not feel that way at all, and I feel like that's why Titanfall kind of failed in that terms, because nobody said Titanfall was not fun. Nobody said it wasn't a good gameplay or anything.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of maps. Didn't have a lot of weapons. It kind of dragged on there for a bit. So if Battlefront can step it up in terms of like actual content in its multiplayer, then I think it'll have some longevity.
Certainly.
But it's never ever going to hurt a game to have a really awesome single player. Like it's definitely not, because I feel like a lot of gamers like us, that definitely will stick in our heads more than the multiplayer, to have like a linear story that like you really enjoy and connect to, and look forward to seeing like if there's a sequel or something that can continue that story. That's my biggest thing. I like multiplayer and stuff, but I'm definitely a single player guy, and I would much rather have a really fleshed out single player campaign than multiplayer, in my opinion. But I'm a minority for sure in terms of that. So
yeah, dude. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say that if this game did have a campaign, I'd probably consider it for Game of the Year, depending how the campaign went. But just for that reason alone, I'm not even gonna consider it. I mean, it's gonna be a great game, but I mean,
it just depends. I can't see a multiplayer only game winning Game of the Year. That's my thing. Yeah, because multiplayer games just can't. I feel like Game of the Year candidates have something that really connects with them and makes it, I don't know.
But this is Star Wars though, so it might have that special something that it needs. I don't know.
I feel like if they had a single player campaign where you can actually put yourself in the story, but in this you're just
that'd be tricky to do in Star Wars, unless you're just like a trooper.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like write a character that's like been going through the same thing as like the original trilogy and stuff.
How exciting would that be though?
It'd be awesome. So I think they should do it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just really wanted to make sure they didn't F this up. Because DICE has like a gun to their head. If they mess this up, they are effed.
In terms they probably try to play it as safe as possible.
People
they better put some space battles in the next one.
Yeah, I want leaving an atmosphere and going into space and stuff. Like
I think that's the dream right there.
I feel like that's gonna happen. So that was in the beta
Jedi space battle. Like, come on.
Yeah, be awesome.
The only other thing I was gonna say that I could say a lot about the game, but mostly that stood out to me, including the what's the first thing I said?
No idea. Something that stood out to you.
Hang on.
The fact that it just feels like real war, like a real war zone and everything, and that it really brought those scenes of the movie to life and everything. But the only other one I was going to say was the loading times and getting into a match was super smooth and super quick.
Yeah, surprisingly deal quick with that Battlefield lobby crap.
Yeah, I hated that.
I really hated.
And I always hated too in Battlefield when you get into a match and there'd be like 4 people in it or something. It was so frustrating. So that's something else I really appreciate, and I think that'll also help the game a ton too. Just getting in and out of matches is super quick. So I like that a lot.
I agree.
And it's cool to think too that I know on Walker Assault, like obviously the matches, it's you just switch sides back and forth.
Right.
Not only was that quick and it's awesome, but it's also cool to think that every match, not only will you be switching sides, but you'll be switching maps as well. So it's always a new setting, new side.
If you pick Walker Assault, will you switch?
There's got to be more Walker
I think
Assaults.
there might be.
There might be a
different
few
maps.
Yeah, even though that Walker Assault's iconic from Empire Strikes Back, I think just for the sake of gameplay, they'll add a Walker Assault on like I don't know Tatooine or
I don't think they just do
what
one.
What are the maps? There's only 4 maps, and there's like 2 different versions of each map, right? So there's like technically 8 total.
4 planets with 2 maps apiece.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
So like 8 maps,
which isn't a lot.
It is not a lot.
So we have the ones we know. We have Tatooine, Endor, Hoth, and there's another one. It's the one we played Drop Zone on. Jakku's going to be DLC, so that'll make a 5th. But what's the one we played on Drop Zone? I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah,
it's got brown rocks and stuff.
Yeah. So I think that's the other one.
I think I said it was the Afghanistan in like year 3000 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, the skyboxes look really nice too. Got the ships up in the sky.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Cool. I think everything looks good. Like
it looks beautiful.
It just looks
the snow,
the snow like sparkling in the sunlight and everything.
Off of it looks very nice.
Which you mentioned in the Let's Play.
Yeah, and,
character models are very nice. Like the back of Darth Vader's helmet and stuff just looks super shiny.
Yeah, kind of character models. They were serious, dude. Like when they showed all those still images from E3 way back before we even saw gameplay. Well, I'm like, that looks like it's real.
Yeah.
Like, and they it's in the game. It looks great.
Yeah.
So
have you guys
beautiful.
seen the cutscenes before you control the hero?
No.
Yes, I have.
They're really cool.
Yeah, Luke is like, may the Force be with us, or something like that.
Is it Mark Hamill doing his voice?
I think so.
Nice.
I don't know. I would assume so.
I don't know. That'd be cool if he did. I don't know. I don't know what he's supposed to sound like.
Might just be a pre-recorded thing.
Yeah.
I know Mark Hamill is the Joker. So he didn't sound like the Joker.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say.
I mean, I know EA went to Lucasfilm to get all these archives and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to make the game sound as close to the movie as possible.
Dude, they nailed it. Seriously, the sound design, especially when you're wearing your headphones. It is so cool to hear a TIE fighter like fly behind your head, and, like a Wilhelm over there and stuff.
Well, Darsh is already known for their sound.
Yeah.
DICE. I remember hearing Battlefield 3 for the first time on surround sound. I was like, holy crap, like I'm in war right now. Like this is insane.
They really nailed it, dude. Aesthetically, so I'm excited to play the rest of the game for sure. And it's coming out next month.
Yeah.
Granted, we'll be waist deep and probably neck deep in Fallout. It comes out a little before
you
Fallout,
won't even
doesn't it?
See my head.
Does it come out before or after Fallout?
After. A couple weeks after.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a couple.
Isn't it like
2 weeks after?
2 weeks after?
Exactly.
Okay,
2
well, that's
weeks.
good. Are you sure?
Yes.
When's it come out?
The 20-something and Fallout comes out.
I thought it came
The
out
10th, right?
17th.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean,
Nice.
you have a phone, you can look.
Yeah, we'll definitely be buried in Fallout, but that's something I will definitely, even if it's like one night, everyone's like, hey, let's all get on Battlefield for a couple hours. I'll totally do that. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what comes out this month?
Did I say Battlefield? I meant to say Battlefront if I said Battlefield.
Right, I probably
I know
said
what you mean.
Battlefront Field a lot.
Yeah, we probably said that a few times. What's coming out?
In 2 weeks, Halo 5 is coming out.
That's exciting.
I thought I'd have an Xbox One by now.
But you don't?
I don't.
I got to get Uncharted
I don't know.
this week. Because I got to beat Uncharted 3.
Gold PS4
Oh,
it comes with it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
2017. When you get it.
Yeah, I got to beat Uncharted 3 before Halo comes out. So
yeah.
Because I'm going to play Halo as much as I can before Fallout comes out.
I got too many games to play through.
My goal is to play so much Halo, I don't want to play it for a couple weeks by the time Fallout comes out. So
I just know that I'm going to just be sleeping Fallout, eating Fallout, dreaming of Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, maybe getting Halo 5 is later on down the road.
You're going to be drinking some, are they Nuka-Cola?
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be so cool if when the game came out they sold like 12 packs of Nuka-Cola.
Gamer Fuel Nuka-Cola.
Awesome.
I would freak out.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
Sounds terrible. A cola Gamer Fuel.
Well, if it was just called Nuka-Cola, but it actually,
it's like
the
brown.
Quantum and you could just get Mountain Dew Voltage.
There's actually new Gamer Fuels out right now.
For what?
Call of Duty.
What flavors?
There's like this new
yeah, I saw those at Walmart.
It's like a blueberry lime flavor. It's good. And there's like the red one that they always have.
Holy crap.
Yeah, the blue one's good.
I have to go try one of those.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yes. Did you guys play anything else this week besides Battlefront?
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Destiny.
I am going to say something that I never thought I would ever say.
Okay.
And do you know what I'm going to say?
No,
I think I have an idea of what you're going to say.
I think I'm done with Metal Gear.
Okay.
Really?
I don't have any interest in playing it anymore.
Okay.
I've completely lost interest.
I don't know why, because that is my game. That is the game that I thought would take over my life. And like I was actually thinking like, holy crap, am I going to be done playing this like when Fallout's out?
Yeah.
And I put it in like a couple of days ago and I just sat there on Mother Base.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I'm done.
Like
I don't know why. It just like the thought of it right now, like to go play it just does not entice me at all.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm kind of the same way.
I
kind of want to stick it through just to know the ending.
That's the thing is I love the gameplay. It's freaking awesome. It looks beautiful. The story interests me and stuff. Like I love the open world elements to it of like getting quiet or D-Dog and like infiltrating these bases and stuff. Like I freaking love it, but for some reason I'm just done with it.
You think you're just tired of playing it?
I think like, I don't know. That's the thing is like this is
the
definition of a game I need to play, like a giant open world stealth game like of this magnitude and stuff. Like I feel like I'm crazy.
It's kind of repetitive. Like not really, but you do the same thing every time. Like you're going out somewhere to do this thing, then you leave. That's what you do every time.
I mean, that's the terms of like every stealth game kind of. And that's why I kind of got to doing all the single player campaigns because it would kind of move you to different areas. But I do agree with you in a sense when I would come down and do a bunch of side ops. Like I've been to the same area and rescued a guy like
I know what you mean in
that
5 or
6
sense.
different times.
Yeah.
And I've done it the same exact way. Granted, that could be my own fault, but the way that I'm doing it is the most effective way. I'm not getting seen. I'm capturing the guys and stuff.
Do you guys want to talk about our game of the year updated for another topic?
I think we should after we play everything that comes out in November.
Because they're still I already know.
No, let's think we do one now before Fallout comes out because Fallout's obviously
gonna win.
Yeah,
it's gonna win. There's just like you can't. It's gonna win. Like there's not.
If I had to pick something other than that so far, it'd probably be Witcher 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I would still be Witcher 3,
and I know Hearts of Stone comes out tomorrow.
Wow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah,
Dang
I think, and I really want to play that.
No, Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Monday?
I think tomorrow.
I've heard the DLC has great reviews, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got like a 9. I even gave it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm have to jump back into that.
I brought my PlayStation because I'm staying with you this week, and I completely forgot my Witcher disc.
Are you serious?
No.
Yep,
dude.
I just didn't even think about it. I guess it's fine. I'll just play it.
You can play mine if you want.
I don't care.
I gotta play Uncharted anyway.
Okay. Well,
So.
I might take you up on that.